Alright, what's up guys? The day has come. We are getting Rose out of storage. As well as tomorrow we're doing some fun Rotary stuff that I'm going to put in here. But first and foremost, let's get Rose out of the garage, back on its wheels, and out into the world. Alright guys, so it feels super good to have the car out. Big yawn from the dog. It feels super good to have the car out. So tonight we're going to go to a little meet. I'm going to wash the car for the first time in 2019. We're going to go to a meet, and then tomorrow, which will be the same video, I think we're building at least one 13B, if not two, not for my car, but I'll explain tomorrow. So let's go wash the car. Hey, look who's here. Oh wow, you're way dirtier than me.
There.
Hello?
Dirty war here.
Wow, you're so dirty.
Bro, I haven't watched this since like the first week of January.
Oh no.
It's been dirty as hell. It's been neglected. Felt like a snow.
You vlogging too?
Vlogging too.
We got the boys here.
The boys.
Adam, he's working on the 1UZ currently. Merv, what are you doing?
Trying to build my engine.
Trying to build his engine? Trying to build his engine. Matt's eating some chicken wings, but he's also building a 13B for a repo.
Is there a cage? We got two 13Bs over here. Is there a cage on those?
No, the only spike ahead was Inferno.
Oh. What are you here for, Zach?
I'm just here for the good times and the love and community support.
Hey, me too, thanks.
Aww. You got some FD irons? What you got? Yeah?
Yeah. No, these are FD irons. This is Oxford. These are Howlands. We know that. We're fucking Rotary owners. No juggles.
Matt, is that your motor that's orange?
Yeah.
The red motor?
It's orange.
It's red.
It's orange 100%.
That's Dorito.
That's
That's
orange.
orange.
Dorito red.
Yes. No, it's Dorito orange.
Here. This is red. This is red.
Red.
Red, still red, just different shade of red.
This is orange.
Not even close.
It is.
Wait, you're saying that's the same color?
It's not the same color.
Look at that! Steen, where'd you put the iron? I can't even see it up against that orange Miata. That is so orange.
Hey, you're entitled to your opinions even though they're wrong. It's okay.
Wow. Steen, what are you doing to the FD?
Today?
Yeah, well, the engine's in it. Is that allowed to be public on YouTube?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the engine's in it so we can mock up a turbo. We have the like single turbo manifold.
Yeah?
So I'm gonna have to take it back out to put the stock twins in for street class, and I need a pilot bearing because we hecked that up trying to put it in the first time. And then today what I'm doing is the last owner had some.
Oh wow.
Oh baby.
Sorry. Anyway, I just need some boxes.
Some aftermarket security crap in here, so we're just taking that out.
Nice. Merv, you still want an FD?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Anyone want to buy my FB?
Oh heck.
It's getting an REW, so it's basically an FD, right? Ooh,
Yeah,
ooh,
but
ooh.
you know, faster.
Don't steal my
We're
content!
gonna have the same video.
Don't
Mike.
steal my content! Merv, my engine isn't painted and it's lasted longer than yours. So.
Oh, Red?
Oh! Hey, I didn't mean it! I didn't mean it!
Correct.
I don't want to mess up the time lapse, so I'm gonna whip out the phone.
Then it's gonna. That's gonna make it incorrect again.
Steen! Hey,
Drive until
Hey.
broken. Yeah, that's good.
let's see him.
I'm already broken.
You just drank 6
Holy
beers.
shit!
Does it make you dizzy?
People ask me if I'm nearsighted or farsighted. I'm no-sighted. I can't see anything.
I totally forgot I was supposed to work out today. Right now.
With who?
Rep, my personal trainer.
You can bench press me, baby.
You got a personal trainer now?
They're fucking huge.
Hey, Steve Supreme!
Oh! Oh, Matt, are those Atkins Rotary parts? Wow, only the best for your repo. Only the best products from. Let me focus on that.
thought I needed. So I thought I needed.
Look who decides to show up.
Are you filming too?
Yeah, Rotary Life Baby, episode 1, season 4.
I have a quick question. Okay, 4.
4, thank you.
Do I need a cover?
But your car's not good.
Mike touching a Rotary for the first time in half a decade.
Should I start singing the Frozen song?
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
Oh, okay.
You already got enough of me singing today.
I know, that's gonna be my intro.
Dude, I was jamming.
Yeah, I didn't realize you had sunglasses on until I looked on the monitor.
It's even really not that bad right now.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's already not bad, but it's going to be way better.
Caleb, how do you feel?
I feel so happy. This is so awesome.
Mike, how do you feel?
It's going to leave my shop soon.
Steen, how do you feel?
Dad.
Thought I needed. So I thought I needed.
So 6 hours in, Merv is painting finally.
Kill me.
He wants to die. Matt chugging some mysterious liquid. How's it going, Matt?
Also wanting to die.
Also wanting to die?
Comment below, is that engine red or orange?
This is orange. We already had this debate.
No, it's red.
No, it's. Wait, are you serious that it's red? Oh my god.
No, it's orange.
Oh, you're not Adam.
What's going on?
We're still debating the red/orange engine.
Oh, it's definitely.
It's 100% orange.
Yeah.
Definitely orange. Tony? Hey, new RX-7 owner. Congrats.
Yeah?
Congrats. 12A FB. He's getting ready to hate his life. He wants to die. He wants to. Well, you already own Volkswagen, so you already want to die.
Got into the gas station, dies.
Oh yeah, you have a Volkswagen, a Honda, and a Rotary. So you really want to die, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
All the time.
Four times the maximum.
Are those?
You know that we can hear you just the same if you talk or you yell with headphones?
No.
I don't understand what you're telling me. I can't hear my voice, so nobody can hear my voice.
I know why his motor stopped working.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Adam tries to tell me that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now you can talk
How does
normal.
that? No.
seal expand because
Alright, so what now? So what's wrong?
down
The side seal is way too big?
It's 22,000s.
And what are you normally at? 8?
Maximum is 6.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is the RX-8 higher?
RX-8's a little higher, but maximum is 6 for these things. I put them at 3.
I thought you put them at 5.
3 to 5, yeah.
And this is at 22.
This is at 22.
Holy shit.
Where did my compression go? I don't know.
Are those his own seals?
Yeah. Neat.
is this PG enough for you?
Merv just got a phone number of a waitress.
He didn't bomb at all.
He didn't bomb at all.
I got game still, baby.
I mean, you know.
But he had so much game that he had to be forced into it by an angry Pollock.
And he had to get a lot of help from another waitress.
I'm sweaty.
You also have, wait, you also have blue cheese on your shirt.
It worked.
There's Adam.
So, you know.
Are you stretching to arm wrestle?
Adam, he's got retweets.
Ready?
Wait, move this. This is intense.
My burger! Not my burger!
Adam has a fucking chance
Ready?
of winning.
Let me know when you guys are ready.
Wait, hang on. Where's your girlfriend's going by? You gotta give him a chance.
1, 2, 3, go!
Oh, shit!
Oh! Damn.
You cheated!
You beat the master. How?
It took so long, because the first time we arm wrestled, I almost blew up my bicep.
Left hand.
Are you serious?
Left hand.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! They're
That
going
face.
so hard that these are pressing.
He's pulling away from me. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, it was. I'm like doing this, trying to do this.
I just took all my muscles. I'm tired now.
Tore ligaments.
That's why you have to have Jerome painted, not Mervin. Yeah.
You're rolling the truck.
What's up, brother? Hey.
Merv, how's it going?
Oh, shit.
I didn't.
I have oil all over my hands.
You got really shaken up by that fight. She's like,
Yeah, I did.
Please don't get it on my nice blue coat.
Come here.
Man, I could taste that metallic paint.
I can too. It's like I'm like crossfading now.
Off the perk and off the...
To make you cry. So I'm not back again this time tomorrow. Carry on, carry on. Nothing.
Just keep my
They're actually not too bad. You probably clean those up.
Can I just leave my oil control rings in there?
This
Yeah,
is
I'll
what?
just take this
This
shit
is
out.
sitting for a year in ATF.
Basically.
Jeez.
Yeah, mine's not gonna sit.
No, just getting fucked up regardless.
How tight you going, Adam?
34.
35.
34.
5 to 6 nuggets on this.
Oh my
I
god.
over what should be, but I don't care.
It's too late. What time is
Doesn't
it?
give a freaking heck.
Whoa.
Look out! Adam's on the streets. He don't give a heck.
Only 11:40.
It's 11:40?
Is this PG?
Ugh.
13, like,
No, he just likes saying heck.
It's actually a lot more fun to say it than fuck.
No, I like fuck a lot.
You say, oh my heck.
It's 11:44.
So it's almost midnight. Merv, have you found a will to live?
No,
I lost that years ago.
I'm with Adam on that. He's my will to live. That's the thing.
I just can't be my own will to live. It's unfortunate.
Mike's posing up like a magazine model right now.
I'm gonna paint him like one of my French girls. Don't worry.
Oh yeah.
That works.
You have such dad issues.
I know, right?
Oh!
It's true though.
Sounds good.
What's the turning torque on that thing? Yeah, what's the normal turning torque on?
I don't know. I've literally never checked it. I actually didn't know about turning torque until after I got out of Rotaries.
That sounds so good.
That does sound really good. That's the reason why.
Is it gonna start?
Yeah, it's got
You should
injectors.
send it.
So I think we're gonna take a group photo. Oh jeez.
Baby! What?
Don't remember what it was.
It's almost 1 in the morning. We're leaving. We're gonna take a picture.
Vlogging it.
First episode of Rotary Life in the books. How do you feel?
First episode of Rotary. It's the first
Rotary life.
He's so drunk he still can't talk.
Rotary Life.
Oh heck! You're the hustle Rotary life.
All right.
Dude, yes.
Wait, Mike. What's my outro?
I don't know what your outro is. Probably when I was doing. Oh no, that's the intro. When I was doing the Kiss Kiss song.
Oh yeah. What's the outro? What's my always outro? You know it. You know it by heart.
Oh, if you liked the video, please be sure to. Oh no, I screwed it up already.
I know you did. Don't forget to rate. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it.
Okay. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.
There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul.
Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and I'm a little bit dumb. And I didn't really address the camera a whole lot during this episode, so you're gonna get voiceover Zach. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but we are doing an LED swap on the FB, and then we are doing the big almighty transmission swap. So let's get into the episode without any further ado. Here you go. Little taco unboxing. Let's see it.
Packaging is nice and evenly done. Very high quality wrapping.
We got it out of that trailer right there.
Yep. The lady literally just like threw things on the tortilla and it's apparently perfect. We're gonna learn today. Should I just film your junk?
Alright, so last time we filmed the Rotary Life, Mike said that I was going to love the Mazda Speed 3. Right? Right, Mike? You can talk.
Yep.
Yeah. Mike's cameraman. And you know what? Honestly, Mike, I don't know where you were coming from with the whole Speed 3 thing. I didn't really like it that much. And I love the Speed 3 so much. Gotta get it right in this thumbs up. Yeah. The fridge. As I step over Merv's lip and not crack it.
No, it's fine. You can crack it.
Yes.
Yes. This is how Zach pays me to do things on his vehicles.
That is true. Oh wait, I have more payment for you.
She had no remorse for that. She's like, well, you know.
Do you have a blue Repu?
I do not. I do now.
Okay, payment. Thank you.
I literally have never bought a single Hot Wheel, but I own about 12 of them now, and that's all because of Zach.
But Steen got me the best Hot Wheel of all.
Yeah, brother.
I forgot about this.
Yep.
Now, the transmission I'm going with is from a stock FB. It's actually from my good friend Merv's FB. It will have reverse, but it is still a 12A, technically a 12A transmission, but we are switching clutches to a Stage 1 Exetti clutch as opposed to the OEM Exetti clutch that was in the car already. Now, the reason we're welding the mount is because my car used to be automatic and it was swapped to a manual. So you have to make a custom mount because the transmissions mount differently to the FB chassis, and I don't have the manual mounts on the chassis. So we had to weld up something, and that's what you're seeing now.
Pumpkin lunch.
Alright, so there you guys have it. That is episode 2 of Rotary Life. Now, a couple things before we end out the episode. First of all, like I said, it's a FB transmission with an Nexeti Stage 1 clutch. After this video, at the end of the video, I will be putting a parts list for all the parts that we used in this video, as well as the LED swap went great. There is a slight issue where the blinkers blink really fast, and that's because there are no resistors. So the system is used to having a bunch of load on it, and now the LEDs have taken that load off, and so it kind of freaks out, thinks that your blinkers are going off. But also, every time I hit the brakes now, the light on the dashboard lights up to warn me that my brake lights are out when they're not actually out. Like I said, it's just because of the resistors. So watch out for that in a coming video to do resistors. But yeah, guys, the FB has reverse. It's weird having reverse in the RX-7. If you guys don't know, when we did the engine swap nearly 2 years ago, either Adam or I messed up something in the trans and it would no longer go into reverse. So the last 2 years, actually over 5,000 miles of the car, I didn't have any reverse. But now we do have reverse. It feels like a full car, which is absolutely awesome. One more thing I'd like to say before we get this video out of here is thank you to Mishimoto. We are now sponsored, the FB is now sponsored by Mishimoto, so we get a good discount on their products. So watch out for that. I know we're doing cooling fans up front. We're going to do a dual fan setup instead of a single fan, but also some other little cooling tweaks and such like that from Mishimoto. So thank you, Mishimoto, for accepting the FB into the Team Mishi family. And very last but not least, thank you so much to my cousin Colin. He's the one that got all the LEDs for the car. Definitely go check him out on Instagram at Neon Pradle. He's doing a bunch of cool LED stuff, and I think he's gonna start his own YouTube channel, so be on the lookout for that. Because he knows everything there is to know about lighting. Even check out his Chevy Malibu, which I actually recently reviewed. It's up on the channel if you want to see that. But thank you so much to Colin for the LED swap. And then thank you a million times over to Adam, Mike, and Steen. You saw it in the video. The trans swap wouldn't have been able to be done without them. Mike helped weld the trans mount. Adam and Steen helped get the trans in and out. Steen deburred the pressure plate because the pressure plate actually had a little bit of like a slight burr on it, so it wouldn't go onto the flywheel properly. But he got that done, and thank you guys for sticking with me through my emotional breakdowns. I think I ended up leaving the shop at like 2 in the morning. I was really, really tired. I had to drive to Southern Illinois the next morning at 8, and I wasn't looking forward to it. And then, as you guys saw in the video, the car wouldn't go into gear. So how we fixed that, well actually how Adam fixed that, is Adam adjusted the master cylinder from under the dash. Mike bled the clutch like 10,000 times. My leg was killing me from pumping it. But we got it done. It goes into gear. It goes in smooth now. And a couple days later, a couple days have passed since we did the swap, and it still goes into gear smoothly. The clutch feels great. The clutch is definitely heavier. It's a little bit stiffer than the stock clutch, but not by much. I think also I hadn't bled my clutch in a very long time, so I think that adds to the stiffness. I don't think it's all from the Stage 1. But like you guys saw, the car has reverse. I've never felt so happy about this car, maybe besides when we did the engine swap. Yeah, definitely when we did the engine swap I was happier, but still, this is a huge accomplishment. It actually feels like a car now. I can take it out in public and I can park normally and back out of spaces and back into my driveway and go in reverse. I mean, it's something so simple but so cool. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys want to see done to the RX-7. That was a big thing that I've been meaning to do for a very long time. So glad that we actually did it. Oh, thank you, Merv, for selling me your transmission too. It's out of Merv's FB. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really like to. Take care, guys. So if you guys remember last episode, I was super hyped to have the car back, get reverse and all that stuff, and I remember saying something like this. The car wouldn't go into gear, but we got it done. It goes into gear, it goes in smooth now, and a couple days later, a couple days have passed since we did the swap, and it still goes into gear smoothly. Well, after I filmed that video, I went up to go edit it, upload the footage, started editing, and I was like, oh, I should probably pull the car back out of the garage so my parents can park in here, and it doesn't want to go into gear. Same issue we were having that night, or really that morning at like 2 in the morning. Had to pump the clutch probably about 5 or 6 times to get it to go into gear. parked it back in the driveway, and I wasn't too happy about that. But I went to go start it today. The clutch was completely soft, went straight to the floor, couldn't get into gear, took about probably 10 pumps to get it in. So I've decided to go out, get a new clutch master cylinder, clutch slave cylinder, and a clutch line. So we are going to do that today. Hopefully this should solve the issue of the boo-boo clutch. I was too hyped last video. I was too hyped, I flew too close to the sun.
Stereophonic sound for the home is recorded on 2 separate tracks, each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions. Now, when played back simultaneously on 2 separate systems, the sounds are blended together to achieve a new dimension in sound, impossible to obtain in a monaural recording.
Alright, so as you guys notice, it is light out again. How did I do that? Is it an editing trick? No, it's the next day. I worked on the master cylinder for probably about 3 hours without filming a single second because I was stuck on literally 1 bolt. So how the master cylinder bolts onto the car is it's on the firewall. So you have to go under the dash, up the firewall, and then there's 2 12mm bolts. But the issue is that they have these long studs on them and there's not a lot of room. So you need a deep well socket, but you don't have that much room. So actually today I had to go out and buy 2 tools. So I bought, this is a 1/4 drive swivel socket for the 1/4, and then a 1/4 drive breaker bar. So the reason I did a breaker bar is because you can see how thin it is compared to my ratchet. So this was good. I do have a 1/4 drive ratchet, which I could have used, but I didn't have the swivel socket for it, so I had to use the bigger for the swivel socket. So now I got the small swivel socket and the small breaker bar, and this broke it loose. And then I used the small swivel socket with a deep well 12mm socket to actually fully get the bolt out. So that has been the most aggravating thing to get out ever, but I think we should be good from here on out. So, with the new clutch master and slave cylinder and clutch line in the car, I finally started it up, and it still lost pressure. So, I decided to take it to Red Mist Automotive, and I broke down. As you can see here in the picture, I was just on a road in Elgin, Illinois, on my way actually to review a car, but then I was planning on taking the FB to the shop anyway after the review, and as soon as I was pulling up to do the review, the clutch master ran completely dry. Now, how I fixed this was I had all my tools with me. I had brake fluid with me, luckily, and so I learned how to bleed the clutch. I filled it back up, bled the clutch on my own by shoving a tripod in between the clutch pedal and the seat. I would pump up the clutch, shove the tripod in between the clutch pedal and the seat, bleed it, then run back in, pump it up more, shove the tripod between the pedal and seat, and keep doing that. That ended up getting me to the shop. Now, Adam took a look at it and, of course, immediately knew that there was no washer on the slave cylinder. I looked around. I couldn't find a washer that came with the slave cylinder. I might have misplaced it. I'm not sure, but I couldn't find one. And so Adam put a washer on the slave cylinder. I pumped it back up. We did the stuff, and now it is running great. I also did an oil change. I'll show the stuff here. It's a Valvoline 20W50 and a K&N filter. I will put those parts numbers at the end of the video as well. Alright guys, so it is, as you could tell, it is April 15th and there is a bunch of snow on the ground. I hate the Midwest with a passion. But a couple things before we end the video. So we do have the master and slave cylinder in the car. I will leave part numbers at the end of the video. I just picked them up from O'Reilly's because I needed it last minute. But that is it for the video, and the reason why this is a shorter video is because I don't think I'm actually going to be doing much to the car because I'm super busy. This coming weekend, hopefully a track day with Adam. I'm not taking, well, I might bring the FB, I might drive it there, but I'm not tracking it. So I should be making a vlog or video about Adam's track day as long as it doesn't rain. It might rain, unfortunately, so look out for that. Also, speaking of Adam, huge shout out to Adam. He has lost a ton of weight. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it is absolutely amazing. The dude looks good. And thank you, Adam, so much for fixing the slave cylinder. As I said, what ended up happening was there was not a copper, I believe it's copper washer in between the clutch line and the slave cylinder. So every time we put the clutch in, it would shove fluid out of the car. I just realized on video, I look really homeless this morning, huh? I got my Sweet Atkins shirt on, but I look homeless. Other than that, so super busy because next weekend I will be at the track day, and then the weekend after that I have a whole event with my girlfriend. So that whole weekend is shot. So we're not going to be doing anything to the FB for probably at least 2 weeks. Slight chance it might change, but probably 2 weeks. But after that, in May, end of May, there is a meet, the Nostalgic Car Meet in Chicago. I think it's actually closer to Rosemont, but I will put the information up on the screen. I will be there. You guys should definitely come check it out. It's not only old Mazdas, although I know a lot of old Mazdas are coming. We're a big group that always shows up, but there's old Nissans. There's a couple AE86s that come. An LS swapped AE86 usually comes. There's a bunch of old, R32s that show up, a bunch of cool stuff. It's one of my favorite meets. Last year, if you guys remember, my fuel pump broke on the way to the meet. That was that whole video. So I'm going to that again. I believe it is May 26th, but that information will be up on the screen because I will look it up in post. But I think that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about changing out the master or slave cylinder, leave it in the comment section down below. I'll try to help you out as best I can. But that is the update on the RX-7. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys. Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today we are starting off Rotary life in the garage, but not for a bad reason, actually for a very good reason, and I actually did something smart with my car. So if you'll notice, there are some yellow strips on the hood. I actually got these panels right here wrapped in 3M Clear Bra wrap. The reason for that is because if you guys probably noticed in my videos, I have a horrible habit of always putting my tools there whenever I'm working on the car. So we now have a clear plastic on it to protect it. So let's pull off the tape and I'll give you guys a closer look. Doing stuff to my car, so you know what that means. I got more Hot Wheels. This one's a cool one though. It actually has mesh wheels. It's an FB.
Ooh, look like the kind of like the Autobahns, but they're a little dish instead of the flat.
Hey Mike.
Here, you should see the. This is how much you can tell I worked on Zach's car. We'll just hang that up
Add
there.
it to the collection.
Just hang that up there.
What do you got? A couple FDs, Repu, FB, wow. Good luck, Michelle.
Sending it.
What'd you think?
It smells really bad.
So, unfortunately, the fans did not fit. They are two 10-inch fans, and my radiator is 22 inches wide. This should make sense, but the fan shrouds are actually larger than 10 inches, and so it will not fit on my radiator. We could have lifted the fans off the radiator, had about an inch gap between the radiator and the fans, but that would be pretty much pointless to even have the dual fan set up. The single fan is more effective. So we decided to move it over to the right, closer to the water pump neck, to hopefully pull the heat off of that hot water faster rather than slower. Mike and Adam also had the great idea of switching the sending unit that sends to the gauge inside the car back to a 12A sending unit. I had the 13B sending unit sending it to a 12A gauge, and so it wasn't reading super accurately. So I went upstairs at Red Mist, pulled a sensor out of a 12A iron, you can see the location here, and bolted it into the car. Adam modified his harness a little bit so the sensor would read, and now the gauge in the car is hooked up to the proper sensor.
Two of the smartest people that you'll ever meet are having trouble with a car cover on a CRX. Just still trying to figure out which way it goes.
Wait, what are they doing now?
Cutout in the middle of the car cover is actually where the mirror is supposed to go, but I'm going to put that centered on the windshield because I'm smart.
Alright, so the RX-7 is back here in the garage. It's doing well. So for the last half of this video, I'm actually just going to run through the cooling system. I'm actually going to let it fully get warmed up, check the temps, see what it's running at right now, and I'll talk about that in a second. But just a little update since the last time you saw the car. It's been doing absolutely great. I mean, it's been like over a month since I made a video, as you guys know, and it's been running pretty good. I did take it to the nostalgic car meet. I'll post some pictures here, and I made a whole video about that. And that's already posted on the channel. So if you'd like to see the car meet, the nostalgic old school flavor, new school love, old school flavor, something like that, car show, which was a lot of fun. Took it about an hour each way on the highway. Car did great, except for when the diff got really hot, it started to feel like it was wheel hopping or something. So I think I need to do the diff fluid soon. That'll probably be next video. Actually, it'll definitely be next video. But other than that, yeah, we're just gonna do the cooling system like I showed you guys in the video. We moved the E-fan over. So we moved the E-fan over towards the actual water pump neck, just to cool off the liquid faster as it's coming in. So that's that. And then obviously you guys saw we did the 12A temp sensor, so the gauge is more accurate. The gauge actually has been reading a lot more accurate. The panel, this has held up great. So far, so good. I actually had a dream it started bubbling up, and then I peeled it off, and I was trying to peel it back on. It was kind of a nightmare dream, but that was only a dream. This is sticking really well. So we're gonna start the car up and let it get up to operating temperature, and I'll show that video here, and then we'll end out the video. So after some testing like you guys just saw, I'll put up a picture here of what the gauge actually means. This is with a 12A sender unit in the block to a 12A gauge cluster. So that is what the different lines mean. Anything like 215 and above, That's getting pretty hot. That's getting pretty warm. 210 is, it's not the best, but it's okay. Don't freak out if it hits 210. I usually sit and idle at about 190, 195. That's usually my idle. And then cruising, because I have the 160 degree thermostat, I cruise at about 160 degrees. Sometimes if it's a really cold night, I'll cruise at like 150 or 160-ish area. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's kind of an all over the place video. These videos are always all over the place because I'm always all over the place with this car. To look forward to, hopefully I'd like to do brakes somewhat soon. Definitely do that diff fluid and a couple other little odds and ends here and there on the car. But the car's been doing great. Been having a ton of fun with it. It starts up every time, and really no worries across the board. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys. So this doesn't pertain to my car specifically. This is a Renesas 6-port motor. You could tell by the 2 ports on the front iron, but I figured you guys would want to see it, so I got it all strapped in to the back of the G6. Tiny little engine, but it is a Renesas 6-port. I'm giving it to my friend Jake. He bought it. He actually bought it off of a kid in the same town as me, so I figured I would drive up and deliver it to him in Wisconsin while I go up to film a review. So that's what we're doing this morning, is we are going up to Wisconsin in the G6 to film a Honda Prelude, but on the way back we are going to give Jake the Renesas. So I just figured you guys would just want to see an up-close look at a Renesas 6-port motor. I have it all nice and strapped into the back seat of the G6, ready for its first day of school. And then I got a bunch of bonus parts over there. I don't even know. The OMP's over there, a bunch of other stuff. So we're gonna get on the road and deliver this to our friend Jake. What's up, guys? My name is Zach, and today, as you can tell, it is a rainy day here in the Midwest, and so we are not going to be actually working on the RX-7 today. The reason I haven't done a Rotary Life in so long is because the RX-7 has been absolutely flawless. Not a single issue. It doesn't like the humidity all that much, and I realize I just said didn't. It doesn't really like humidity, so on those days I just didn't drive it all that much. But I've probably put about 1,500 miles on it since the last update. Not a single issue. The diff has not acted up a single time since that day. I think it was just super, super hot and a really long drive. I will still do the diff fluid. But that being said, the car's been absolutely great, and I'll show some video and give an update on it at the end of the video. But today, as you can see, we have this gnarly pile in the corner. This is all my accumulated RX-7 parts. So as you can see, that is a catalytic converter from my FC, the old Racing Beat exhaust from my FB, S5 intake up top, the upper S5 intake down here, an FC engine mount, whole bunch of crap. And so I have a bunch of wheels, blah, blah, blah. So today we are going to organize this pile. But before we do that, 2 more things. First of all, I hope you guys are enjoying the new camera. I can actually like focus now. Of course, it doesn't work when I want it to. There it is. Really nice camera. I just got a Canon SL3. Really been enjoying it. It has a flip around screen so I can watch myself. It has autofocus while filming. Way better than the old camera. It was due for an upgrade. So hope you guys enjoy that. Second of all, if you guys see any parts that you guys want, leave a comment, shoot me an email, DM me on Instagram, whatever you want. Because odds are I am willing to get rid of it because I have too many Rotary parts. So, without further ado, let's get into cleaning up this pile. So I know it's kind of crude, but this is the plan for today. I apologize, the rain just decided to kick up. I'm gonna list all the parts that I have, their location, how many I have, and then I'm going to put it all into an Excel spreadsheet so it's super easy to identify what parts that I have. So this is what I'm going to be writing down throughout the duration of the video. Alright, so far I've already made a couple interesting discoveries. I didn't know how many interior parts I have. I have 4 sun visors. which is funny because I don't have any installed on the car, so we might do that. But besides that, I found an inspection sticker from, it looks like, well, the next inspection has to be in May '97, but it's not actually for my RX-7, but it is for an FB. JM1 FB33, and then it goes into the VIN number, which is not my VIN number. So an Illinois inspection sticker. But then the weirdest find of all, I found a melted piston. I have no idea what it's out of. As you guys probably know, I've accumulated parts from a lot of different people over the last couple of years, so I guess someone blew up their car at some point. Okay, so that seems to be almost everything. I have most of the things cataloged in my catalog. Now I have to go inside and put it into Excel, but I have to, of course, finish cleaning up the garage before I do that. So I will clean the garage, get it all back into its spot now that I know what I have. So let's just clean up the garage. Let's get it all back into order. Alright, so now that the garage is clean, I have pulled out the two visors that look the best. Mainly just because these mounting points look the best, not that they physically look the best, although I think they all look pretty much the same. This one is the driver's side. This has the warning about the sunroof, and then there's a mirror for the passenger. I guess the driver doesn't get a mirror, but that's fine. So we have this Resolve stain remover stuff. I'm gonna spray it on, see if it helps. And hopefully we'll get these mirrors looking, or not these mirrors, these sun visors looking good, and then hopefully we'll be able to mount them in the car without too much of an issue, but of course, it's always easier said than done. Alright, so now that they're cleaned up, it looks like this one actually, the bracket for the old one is still in here, which is why one of those was actually missing its bracket. So I think they should just screw in. I'm pretty excited to have sun visors in the car because I've actually never had the sun visors in. The previous owner, looks like there was some work done to that one. But nevertheless, the hardest thing about this is the angle of this inside screw. Oh, seems to have gone in. That one's in. Might have to readjust this one. Oh, it's threading in. All right, one down, one to go. All right, so I know that the lighting is really bad for this shot, but this side is going to be harder because I don't actually have the correct screws. So I'm gonna look at this one. I have my baggie of extra screws and just see if any of them seem to match up. All right, I think I got two. I don't think they're the original ones because they're both a different color, but we're gonna see if we can make this work. Again, the inside angle is really weird. I don't really know how to really approach it. And there we go. The FB, for the first time in my ownership of it, has sun visors. And one more piece of the interior that we're going to do that we found today is the interior door trim at the very bottom of the door when you open it up on the passenger side. We took that off to access the ECU and just never put it back in when we did the 13B swap. So it's been over 2 years that I haven't had that trim in, but we'll go put that piece in now. So overall, I have to say it was a pretty productive day. We got the garage organized. I now know what I have. We got the visors put back in the car and the bottom trim. Now I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but with this car, it's always been sort of piece by piece, slowly making it better, and that's exactly what we did today. So an update on the FB as a whole. Car's been great. Like I said, I celebrated 4th of July accordingly. And I've just been having a ton of fun with the car. It hasn't had a single issue. It's been absolutely great. And so I really don't have any complaints, and I haven't really had much to do with the car. It's just been good. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was probably a little bit shorter than most other Rotary Life episodes, but I do want to update you guys. The car's been doing great. I've just been super busy doing reviews, you know, trying to break into that world, because that's obviously what I want to do the rest of my life, is do car reviews. So been super busy doing that. There will be an RX-7 video up next week. The top 5 modifications for RX-7s will be up next week. So for you FB guys, definitely take a look out for that, or anyone with rotaries or who wants to get into rotaries. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will leave you guys with a slideshow / video show of everything that I've done with the FB since last time you saw it, which was, I believe, May. Might have been May, maybe June. Probably May. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys. Well, this is gonna sting. So as the title suggests, this is not clickbait. This is not something to get views. This is a video I never ever wanted to make, and I never thought the day would come. I'm okay. The car didn't break catastrophically, and I think that's honestly the saddest part. If you guys remember last year, we fixed this rear suspension from separating with some cage plate. We welded it over some stress cracks, and the day was good. We put some nice metal in there. Car handled it great. Car was fixed. As of today, I was driving, and I heard a weird rattle. It almost sounded like someone was popping a soda can. How they pop it and then they undent it, you know? And I thought, oh, weird. Maybe it's my bottles of premix in the back. So I took those out of the car, drove around, still there. And it was only going into first gear. It'd pop. And then it was fine. But on hard shifts, or if I let the clutch out real aggressively, it would pop. So I thought, well, it's not the transmission, because I would hear that from next to me. It was coming from behind me. And so I thought, just for good measure, I will jack it up in the garage and take a look. And this is what I found. The suspension has separated itself yet again from the chassis. The difference this time is that there's not enough metal there to re-weld the chassis back together. Maybe I could if I threw some tubing in there or something, but at that point, it's going to be not only way too much work more than it's worth, it's not going to be safe. and it's not going to really be correct. And so we've come to the end of the road with the red shell. Rose the RX-7, the one that started this series. We've come to the end. This is it. And this isn't a swan song. This isn't a crescendo. It's genuinely over. Just saying that out loud, it's weird. I'm not going to get all sad quite yet. I definitely am upset about it, and I'm definitely depressed, and I want to be as real as I can with you guys. When I saw those cracks, I almost cried. But this is going to open up a couple opportunities for us. No, I'm not getting out of the Rotary game. No, Rotary life is not ending. The plan now is to find a new shell, and that's where I actually need your guys' help. I'm looking for a first-gen RX-7 without an engine, without a transmission. If it has it but it's blown, that's fine. I just don't need to tear apart a running and driving one. The reason is I like my setup. I like my S413B with my Megasquirt ECU and my 12A trans. And so the idea moving forward, as of right now, is to take everything out of the red car and put it into a new shell and essentially get my car back without the rusty issues. Like what happened before with the blown up 12A, I feel like I'm making the same video again. This is going to be a long road. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be the path of least resistance. But Rotary life has never been about that. Rotary life has always been about tackling issues with a weird car that sort of has almost been forgotten about. And so we're going to do just that. It almost feels liberating going back to the core of Rotary life, that we're actually going to build again. You know, I've been enjoying the RX-7 so much this year, but I haven't been filming because nothing's broken. I guess I didn't knock on wood enough because something definitely broke, and it's the end of the road with this chassis. It has had rust problems in the past. This isn't something new. The rear quarter panels are very much Bondo. The car was resprayed in 2008 by a previous owner, and so a lot of it's Bondo, a lot of it's filler. It looks great on camera. On camera, it looks super clean. But I've had people come up to me at meets and go, "Oh, I didn't realize you had rust," and lo and behold, I do. So, the only way to go from here is to find a new shell. So please, if you guys know of any rust-free first-gen RX-7 shells, email me, call me, Facebook, no, not Facebook, Instagram me. I'll leave all of that in the description below. If you guys have any shells, preferably from southern states, rust-free, preferably blue. Actually, I'm looking for a blue shell. I think that'd be kind of fun to do. Leave a comment, message me, whatever. And so that's it. That's the whole video I have for you guys. I wish it was cheerier. I'm kind of at a loss for words right now. I never thought it would come to this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Onward and upward. Well, guys, today is the day. It's 7:56 a.m. on September 12th. We are going to pick up the new shell today. It is finally the day. I found a shell, and I'll give you guys more details to come, but we are meeting up with Mike at Red Mist Automotive to then go pick up the shell, and I'll update you guys from there, so let's just get going.
That's hilarious.
That's it, right, guys. We're buying a Camry.
New channel update. Hoonigan Camry is now our main project. Let's talk classics. Maybe let's talk 7-Eleven.
For the first time on camera. Wow.
So, good news and bad news. What? The bad news is there's no key in it. The good news is it doesn't matter because the steering column's unbolted. Man, there are some really large turds right there.
Stop. Stop it. Why'd you tell me that, dude? There's something definitely living in here.
I saw it over here.
Yeah. Dude, there's something living in here.
Just come on, turn the wheel. The longer you take, the longer it's going to be.
Alright, so, as you could probably tell, there's no new RX-7 in the garage. I didn't end up picking up that black car. I know it looked like it, we got it on the trailer, and believe me, honestly, I feel horrible about it because I made the decision after the car was already on the trailer and moving, because I'm a horrible human being, but the more and more I looked at it, the more and more of a project that it was going to be, and of course I'm down for a project. But it was a little bit too much for me to handle. The reason being is that because I still live at home with my parents, I can't have a car sitting here. I can't have two dead RX-7s sitting here, and that black car was going to need a lot of work. I mean, a lot of work. And it's not that I wasn't up for the task. It was going to need a lot of rust repair, obviously a paint job. It was going to be a lot. It was really going to be a lot. And so I decided against it at the last minute to not bring it fully home. So, unfortunately, what this means is that we're going to have to kind of put Rotary Life on pause until the spring. Reason for that is that I don't really have the money to go out and buy a brand new shell. I'm a college student in a long distance relationship, so money isn't really something I can just chuck out right now. And so over the winter, I'm going to produce more Rotary videos. Of course, the Rotary content isn't going to stop. Informational videos, stuff like that is going to keep coming, as well as car reviews. Car reviews are my bread and butter, and honestly, sometimes my top earning videos. So, of course, I'm going to still film those and such. This channel is not going to die, but over the winter I'm going to save up, and then in the spring hopefully I should have about $2 to $3 grand, and then I can go out and buy a proper shell, a clean shell from a southern state. Honestly, guys, I got too excited. I really did. I got too excited. Mike had a shell. It was a GSLSE, a 5-letter. I almost owned a 5-letter today, and I got too excited and I jumped right on it. And on the way home, looking at that car, it had more problems than it was worth, and honestly it didn't feel right. That was the biggest thing, is that it just didn't sit right with me. As soon as we pulled it out of the barn, I got nervous, and I felt this pit in my stomach, and that's not how you should feel when you get a car. When I first got the red RX-7, you know, I was gleaming with joy. I mean, that was one of the best weeks of my life. And so for now, this series will remain dormant. Not gone, not dead, but dormant. So a couple things before we get out of here and say adios for a while is that I actually made stickers for the new shell. I made stickers. I was going to sell them, and obviously I don't have the shell. So the first person to PayPal me $10, you'll get 40 stickers of the shell that was going to be that wasn't. So this will be, I guess, exclusive. I made 50 of them. I gave a couple to my friends. You'll get whatever remaining 40 or some, maybe it might be 30 remaining. You'll get all of them for $10. So first person to PayPal me with the link in the description below, I'll send them to you. You can get, 30 some odd stickers of the car that I never got, a Shooting Cars exclusive. Also, I will be doing a Patreon, so I am updating my Patreon. My Patreon's kind of been lacking. That'll help boost stuff along. So if you guys are interested in supporting the channel, supporting the new car build, definitely head over to my Patreon. I'll leave a link in the description below. Until then, I'm going to be doing some behind the scenes stuff, a lot of mainly just behind the scenes stuff up until I get the car, and then when I get the car in the spring, hopefully spring, early summer, there'll be a lot more stuff on the Patreon. But if you guys are interested, again, links for that stuff will be in the description below. So I'm sorry guys, this video is a little bit of a tease, but it's just the way life goes, it was really upsetting to me. Honestly, I'm still really bummed. I'm sorry to Mike. I cannot stress this enough how sorry I am to Mike. We pulled it out of that barn. We got it on the trailer, and now it's not going to happen. So that's just the way life goes. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. I'm pretty bummed out. I'm sure you're bummed out as well. But we're just gonna dig our heels in, and I just want the right shell. I want something that feels right and something that I can be confident in, and I don't want to jump on something that's going to be rusty. The rear bumper support was failing on this car. The underside had needed a lot of work, and I really feel like I jumped the gun on this one, and I don't want to do that again. So I've learned a lot today, just about my own psyche, about my own thought process, and how I can improve that. So yeah, I'm not going to drag on the video too much longer. But yeah, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Thank you guys so much for supporting my car and everything. You guys are honestly the best fans in the world, and I love each and every one of you. So until we meet next time, take care, guys. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Though wise men at their end know dark is right, because their words have forked no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. Good men the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in Green Bay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight, and learned too late they grieved it on its way, do not go gentle into that good night. Grave men near death who see with blinding sight, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. And you, my Father, there on sad height, curse bless me now with your fierce tears I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Alright guys, so I wanted to start this video off with sort of a slower intro. We have to go sell the old GSL wheels to my good friend Nick. We have to pick up the engine hoist from Adam, but as I'm going to leave to go sell the wheels and pick up the hoist, I get a call from the driver that the car will be here between 9 and 10 o'clock tonight. So we got to move the cars around. I already started the RX-7 and the Model A back there. So we got to get it moved around because the new shell is going to come up front here where the red car normally is. And so yeah, we're just moving stuff around and getting ready because I think it's going to be here tonight. That's what the guy said. So it's a day early. It's actually Thursday. It's supposed to come here Friday morning. So I blocked off my whole Friday and now it's coming Thursday night, which is exciting. But all right, let's move some cars and get ready. You know, I have to say it does feel weird to see this thing on the street after sitting in the driveway for a month and a half. But, gotta make room for the new one.
There it is, almost up.
Got yourself a nice car, Zach. For a heck of a deal. Almost there. Hey Zach, you're getting a good car, man. Take care of it. I'm gonna keep in touch. Send me some pics and videos. You got a heck of a deal, but I'm happy to give it to you. Take care.
So guys, here it is. It is a 1985 RX-7, same as the red one. It says it's a GSL, but I have my doubts because it has a cloth interior, no sunroof, manual windows, and rear drums, all of which were part of the GSL package, but in opposite, like it had rear discs, a sunroof, leather, and power windows. That was the GSL package, and it actually has none of that. It says it has air conditioning, but of course it's not hooked up because there is no engine. There's no 12A. If it is a base model, that's fine. I'm not too worried about it, obviously, because I can transfer stuff over from the red car. I'm going to do rear axle swap and stuff like that, but let's get into the problems of this car. Well, the first obvious problem of the car is that it doesn't have a motor. It is a motorless shell. There is no 12A actually under the hood. Obviously, we're going to do a 13B swap. We're going to take the 13B out of the red car, the Mega Squirt, the standalone, everything out of the red car and put it into this car. I'm not too worried about that. There are other small issues with the car, such as it has rear drum brakes, so we will be pulling the axle out of the red car, putting it into this, so we have rear discs as well as an LSD. The gauges are white face, and I absolutely hate white face gauges, so we're probably going to throw the gauge cluster from the red car in here. The hood has a bunch of painter's tape on it. and I think it's been on there a while, and it's going to be an absolute pain to get off, and it might have some paint damage under that. I'm not too worried about that, honestly, because this is such a clean car. All of this stuff is very, very minor. Obviously, I'm very excited to have this car, but just things to think about. It does need wipers and stuff like that. But besides that, this is a really, really clean shell, and that's all I really needed, was just a clean body. Everything else I can kind of piece together and work out. And because this is a Texas car, as you guys saw, it came from Magnolia, Texas, this is going to be a pretty good specimen. I don't know how I'm going to feel about the lack of sunroof. I kind of missed it just ever so slightly, but on the same side, I'm kind of excited to have a slick top. But other than that, huge thank you to everyone that helped get this car. Huge thank you to Nick for helping me find the car. He actually sent me the Facebook marketplace for this car. Thank you to Roman for selling me the car, and he sent those videos as well. Thank you so much for taking those videos. Thank you to everyone that helped unload last night, Nick, Zach, Colin, and my dad. Thank you to the driver of the truck, the shipping company. Everything went off pretty much without a hitch to get this car here. One last problem is that I don't actually currently have the key for it. The owner sent a key. I have not been able to get it to work with the barrel or any of the doors. So I'm either thinking it's the wrong key or obviously something else. But that won't be hard. We could swap over the key barrels from the red car. But yeah, guys, I'm super excited. These seats are a lot more comfortable than the ones in the red car. I think this is going to be a good platform. And I have to say I am really, really excited to get going with this and really make this car my own. Dude, that's the first time I've driven down the court and seen both cars. The red and blue. That was weird.
Looks awesome.
Ugh.
I know, I was hyped when I got in here earlier, and I was like...
But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't know when we're going to start pulling apart the red car, but obviously stay tuned for that. It's going to be sad to see the red car go, but that being said, if you guys want any parts off of it, shoot me a message. I'd rather you guys come pick it up locally. I'd rather not ship parts just because that gets messy. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is the new shell. Take care, guys. Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today we are working on, of course, the blue shell. Obviously, because that's all we're going to be doing for the next month or so. But if you guys noticed, or if you saw that I mentioned it in the last video, there is painter's tape that goes around the outside edge of the hood as well as on the body of the car. Now, this isn't a big deal normally because painter's tape, it's made to not take off the paint. I don't know how long this painter's tape has been on here because it does not want to come off. Luckily, the parts that I have been able to come off, it doesn't damage the paint underneath, but I think the tape's been on there so long that the paint has actually faded differently on the part that was unmasked versus the part that was masked. Of course, the Texas sun was probably pretty brutal to this car the last 4 years when it sat. So that's the goal today, is to get the painter's tape off of the hood and then clean up the engine bay. Just spray it down, get all the gunk out of it, stuff like that. Not like, you know, I'm not shaving the bay, I'm not doing anything super special like that. But I am going to start cleaning stuff up and getting the blue car ready for the swap, really. Actually, one last thing before we get started. Not that it matters to anyone, but of course, doing all this stuff, I'm going to be listening to music. I do have a Spotify playlist for this new shell. It's called New Shell Who Dis. I'll leave a link to it in the description below if you want to hear what I was listening to. I think it's like 150 songs. But yeah, enjoy. So we got a decent amount done on the FB today. The only thing that really came up that focuses is that we discovered these paint chips on the hood, which isn't that big of a deal. We'll just get some touch up. It's not that noticeable. I mean, in the grand scheme of the whole car, it's not bad at all. That is, it's not from the tape. Those were underneath the tape. So, you know, it sucks, but it is what it is. Alright guys, so we are actually headed into Chicago right now to go sell the old GSL wheels. Not the ones on the car. I had a different set. I'll see if I can find the video of it. I picked these up back when the 12A was blown. They've just been sitting around ever since. I put the car on these for the winter storage. So those are those wheels. We're going to go sell them to my friend Nick, who actually helped me pick out the blue car. He sent me the original link to it. And so he's actually sort of the one that found me the car. So we're gonna go take a look. He has an RX-2, RX-3, and I believe an SA. But whatever, you'll see it here in a second. So there you guys have it. That is the video I have for you guys today. The blue car is actually pretty much prepped for the engine. We cleaned it. That's all it actually really needed. So the next video will be stripping down the red car, getting most of the parts out of it, probably not pulling the engine quite yet, but that's my plan for next week, is to strip the red car, at least like engine compartment wise, not fully strip everything. But yeah, so just because I just totally remembered, for the tape we used Goo Gone to get the residue off, Tough Stuff to get the actual tough stuff off, and then the heat gun set to this heat level, and we just kind of heated it up, we sprayed the Tough Stuff on it, then heated it up, and then scraped, and then any residue we got off with Goo Gone. The engine bay stuff was also done with Tough Stuff. I'll grab a can of it right here. This stuff, I'm not sponsored or anything. This stuff is like literally the best for anything you guys want to do. You guys saw how well the engine bay came out, and the tape came off and all that stuff. So that's it for the video. If you guys are interested in seeing more behind the scenes stuff, I do have a Patreon that'll be linked down in the description below, as well as my Spotify playlist. And that's it. I think that's it. You know, we just need to start plucking along on the red car, and that'll be the next video. But yeah, we're making progress, guys. It's super exciting. Hopefully we should get the engine in the next couple weeks here, and we'll be good to go. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really like it. Take care, guys.
Hello, peasants. Welcome to Rotary Life.
All right. All right, what's up, guys? My name is Zach, and today, another episode of Rotary Life. Yay! But it's a little bit of a sad one, and this one's going to hurt my heart a little bit, as the next couple episodes will. Today, we are disassembling, or at least starting the disassembly of the red car Rose. So we're going to start pulling some parts, some non-engine parts, radiator, oil cooler, stuff like that. We're going to start pulling it out of the car. We're going to take the hood off as well. Yeah, we're going to start pulling parts to put into the blue car. It's hard because this is, well, Rose has ran for its last time ever. It won't ever move under its own power again. We're removing the cooling system, removing a lot of vital parts today. And so, that's it. That footage of me pulling out 2 episodes ago, that's the last footage of this car running. Which is hard. I mean, it's hard. But we have the blue car. It's going to be a lot better. It's going to end up being a lot better. It's just right now is a little bit challenging to tear apart a car that I've put 4 years of my life into. But that's the way that the world goes. And yeah, so it is exciting. We are going to start moving on the blue car more and more. And also in this video, as I'm looking at right now, we are going to do some painting, some light sanding, rust fix on just some small parts. So when we put them into the blue car, they're all nice, shiny, and fresh instead of old, rusty, and sitting around. So without further ado, sorry about that intro. I know it's kind of a bummer, but this is an exciting video. So let's get tearing into the red car. This is the disassembly of Rose. Actually, before we dive into something, a couple interesting things. First of all, I decided on a name. Project Violet. I think it just works. Roses are red, violets are blue. So the name of the new car is, of course, going to be Violet. I feel like we had to do that just to keep it with the theme of Rose, Thorn, and now Violet. And so I had to retire the old 13B swap hoodie. It has since been cut sleeveless. It is disgusting. It's, for some reason, stiff. And so I went to Walmart and got me a nice $7 sweatshirt, and this will be the sweatshirt for this build. I don't know why I keep showing it off like that. And then I wrote FB3S on the sleeve, because I'm a dork, and this sweatshirt will probably get covered in oil, caked in goo and gunk, and that's how we like it. So, that being said, let's get to work on the car. Also, Patreon down below if you want to see behind the scenes stuff before this stuff is released. And also, as you guys know from last time, my Spotify playlist will be in the description below that I'm listening to while working on the car. Alright, let's get to it. So I think we actually really accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish in this video. I didn't take the oil cooler out because I actually don't have a secondary drain pan. So I didn't drain the oil system, and that would have just been a huge mess. But besides that, we made really good progress. Now the rest of this video, we're actually going to head up to Red Mist Automotive and talk to Mike. I originally was going to buy that black shell, and I made a bet off screen with Mike of who could get our FBs running first. And so since that didn't happen, that bet kind of fell through, blah, blah, blah. Well, tonight we are actually going to decide what the real bet is going to be. And so we're actually going to have a bet, which I think will make this series a little bit more fun, a little bit more interesting, and hopefully, you know, we'll get some good content out of that. So let's head up to Red Mist.
Let's the whole
Well,
process.
he's talking differently now. He thinks he's.
Shut
are you
up.
recording? Because he's usually.
You know,
different
Bella
voice.
said that I have a YouTube voice.
Oh yeah, you're using
Yeah,
it.
she's like, let me hear the YouTube voice, and I was like, I don't have a YouTube voice.
Yeah, no, you're totally using it right
I
now.
don't have a YouTube voice.
You're like,
Hey guys!
Stop.
you're being extra while you're talking.
I'm not being extra, Mike. Hey
guys,
That's-
welcome to the new Rotary Lion.
Oh, this is how I talk in real life.
I don't know what you're saying. Hello, peasants. Welcome to Rotary Life.
All right. So Mike,
There's the intro. Hello, peasants.
Good job, guys. First take.
okay, so Mike and I are gonna make a bet of I don't even know. We had a bet with the black car, but obviously that fell through because I'm stupid and an idiot. So what's this bet?
extra just for YouTube.
It is. Dude, you gotta play it up for the camera.
At ease.
What's the bet? Seriously, what's the bet?
I literally asked you, and then you told me to turn the camera on, so I have no idea.
So what's the goal? Okay, what's your goal for your FB?
It's got to be GLTC ready for the beginning of this.
For those of you who don't know, GLTC, what does GLTC stands for?
Grid Life Touring Cup. It says it on the side of that car right there.
Oh, yeah. Grid Life Touring Cup. Also, shout out to our boy Chooch, fighting the good war in
I
Afghanistan.
love you, and I miss you.
Are we? Oh, wait, okay. Oh, so I thought of something in the car. Oh my god. So instead of doing a gold coin, like I owe you a gold coin or you owe me,
You said it right the first time there.
no, I'm saying like, you know. Oh, funny guy. Oh, I didn't know I have a comedian in Rotary Life. Whoever wins, the loser has to make them a trophy.
Bro,
So you can weld one together with your welding skill. You know how to weld, right?
No.
Well, you could like, you could
lies.
hot glue one together.
You could
Hot
JB
glue.
well. You can figure it out. I believe in you.
But
yeah.
I would owe
Hot glue for
you
life.
a trophy, or you would owe me a trophy.
Okay. I still
So
want
you-
to bet a gold dollar though.
No, you have to incorporate the gold dollar into the trophy.
That's
I
fine.
like that idea.
As long as I get a gold dollar, that's all I care
We
about.
have to put a gold dollar in the trophy, and we have to make a trophy for the other person.
I think gold dollar bets are the best because you could nonchalantly just like, ding, and just keep walking. After you lose the bet, that's how you pay the person.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm just gonna show up at the track with a sack of gold dollars.
Same.
So
That's like a Steam thing to do.
So if you get your car on track in an official Grid Life event
Okay.
before I what? What do you think is like a decent goal for me?
First track day.
Like, let's not even say that GLTC. Like, my car has to be GLTC legal, has to be 100% ready. But I think that we should just see whose car is more complete at the first GPS event.
I like that.
When's that?
We don't know yet. They haven't
Probably
released
they
the schedule.
haven't announced it, but it's typically somewhere mid to late April,
Oh, April?
Say mid to early April.
mid to early April.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Whoever-
believe there's actually a GLTC race before that. I'm not positive because they haven't released the schedule yet. They won't until SEMA.
Now, what is the definition of complete?
I was just about to
We,
say.
Yeah.
we understand what definition of complete is for you, but what about for him?
Well, that's the point. Like, that's what we're trying to define in the
So-
first place, right?
Obviously, running and
ready.
driving.
Track ready. Okay.
Track ready.
Okay, so running,
So
driving, we're gonna do the
brakes-
rear end swap.
Yeah, brakes are done.
It has drum rears. I don't know if you know that.
That doesn't matter.
That's
I'm
gonna
just
be-
saying.
That's
Like,
going to be swapped.
It has
Yeah,
to
I'm
be
gonna-
something that your car has to be something that you can safely pass tech, get on track with.
okay.
And going to corner
And
one.
you have to
not
actually
that.
be on track with the car.
Okay.
Like, you can't be like, well, it's track ready, but I'm not going.
Yeah.
No, then you lose.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
I will pay for your track day.
Okay. Okay.
Same.
Is that 2 track days, or are you guys both paying for
No,
half
we'll
of
just
the
pitch
track
in and
day?
split it.
Okay. So that. Okay. Well, wait. We gotta shake on it. I'm gonna do a cool zoom in.
So track ready.
Track ready by the first GPS event.
Right, and track ready by your standards for your car is properly set up with brakes and everything. Like properly set up meaning safe.
Right.
So like it could still be stock suspension and all that stuff. That doesn't matter. But like no weird
Good brakes.
broken rattly bushings.
Yeah.
No like on the backing plate worn out brakes.
This is
no like garbage
personal
horrible
attack.
fluid. Like it has to be like clean, nice actual fluid.
okay.
Like your car has to be correct. No weird janky stuff in it. And then my car
Has to abide by the rules of
has
GLTC.
to be a properly prepared GLTC car.
Your race car already has a cage in it and everything, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What does it need?
An engine
Okay.
and wiring because I'm gonna probably keep it fuel injected. I will more than likely change my mind on that. I will more than likely make a carbureted about halfway through the winter because I just don't want to think about it.
It's a 13B, right?
It will be this time.
So shake on it.
Yep.
Hold for a little longer. I think we got it.
I think we got it.
I think we got it.
I think you need another minute.
The joke is, this whole thing's gonna be in the video.
Alright guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed 2 Rotary Lifes in 1 week. As you guys know, I've been plucking away at the car pretty insanely. I think I need a new tune for myself. But yeah, the bet is set. I did not mean for that to rhyme, but the bet is set with Mike to get the car on the track at the first GPS track time event next year. The red car is pretty torn apart at this point, so really all we have to do, probably the next video, will be pulling the engine out of the red car. That's the goal, at least for this weekend, is to do that. But while we wait, on Saturday there will be a little 30-second clip of Rotary stuff that I think you guys will enjoy, so look out for that. If you guys want to see behind the scenes stuff, definitely go check out my Patreon. I've already posted a couple of the upcoming stuff on there. So link in the description below for my Patreon. $5 a month just for all the behind the scenes crap. I'm trying to do almost daily posts on there, and that's also going to get posted before my Instagram. So if you guys follow me on Instagram at FBZach for the FB build, all the stuff is going to get posted on Patreon first. So if you want to be the very first person to see it, you gotta head over to Patreon. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I think next video we should pull the engine. At least that's the plan. So take care, guys. Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach. I'm in my kitchen, and today we are putting the 13B into the blue car. By the end of the video, that is what will happen. I'm not sure today, Sunday the 20th, that'll 100% work. Adam says it will. I, of course, have my doubts because I always do. So without further ado, I'm not going to talk anymore. Let's go put this motor in. So guys, the 13B is in the blue chassis. I cannot believe it that all said and done, we got the engine out of the red car and into the blue car in about 3 hours. It actually left us time. We were done by 7:30 at night. I know it's kind of dark. It gets dark here in the Midwest pretty early now, unfortunately, because it is October. But it actually left us time to go to the arcade that night. We actually hung out. We got cleaned up by 9. We went out to the arcade for like an hour and a half. Anyone who works on rotaries knows that that never happens. A couple problems that did come up. The car fell off the jack stand. I was not recording. It fell off the jack, and a jack stand was under the car, and it punched a little dent into the passenger side wheel well. Not a big deal. No one was under the car. No one was hurt. But I'll show you guys that in a later video. And then also, we still don't have the key for it. That's why we had to do the engine swap in the driveway and not the garage of the blue car, because we could really only move the blue car forward and back as of right now. So besides that stuff, the 13B is in the chassis. It's amazing. I seriously cannot get over it. Thank you so much to Theo, Garrett, Steen, and of course Adam for coming out yesterday and getting the motor out of the red car and into the blue car. It's hard seeing the red car in the current condition, but it's not going to get any better. Unfortunately, we're going to start dismantling it. So the next video is mainly going to be talking about and actually doing the dismantling of the red car. There's some stuff a lot of stuff actually that we got to pull out of there, and then probably we'll do a little bit touch-up stuff on the blue car, and now that's really the hardest part is getting the 13B in. Now I can kind of pick away at it slowly. I can start piecing together the rest of the blue car. But the biggest thing now is going to be getting rid of the red car because snow is approaching and I don't have room for 2 RX-7s. So sadly, the red car's got to go pretty soon here. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I apologize that this is a shorter video. I tried to film as much as we could yesterday, but we were just working. You know, that's the hard thing, is that the 13B swap that we just did is so interesting, but we're just working so much that since I'm the one that films, it's hard to stop film, you know, stuff like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed that footage. I will leave you with some sweet rotary sounds from the Friday before we did the engine swap. A bunch of us rotary guys hung out actually at my house, and I have some footage from that night that I will put up. I'll also be posting those as separate videos later down the road, I believe, as well as the Repu in the videos, the rotary engine pickup truck, I actually reviewed this morning. That won't be out till December, actually, December 1st for that review. But I did review that this morning, so I'll show some clips, videos, other rotary stuff at the end of this video, just for you guys to enjoy some good rotary sounds. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for believing in this build and following this build. I just got out of debt today for the blue shell. I did have to take out a small loan, a very small loan, for the blue shell, and I paid that off today. So we are debt-free. We are free and clear to work on the blue shell. It is ours, and I can't wait. Patreon down below if you want to see behind-the-scenes stuff. I posted that we got the engine out like right away. So if you want to see all the behind-the-scenes stuff, get first knowledge of whatever's happening with the car will be done through Patreon. It's only $5 a month, and you get a lot of premium content on there, as well as my Spotify playlist will be in the description below as well. We listened to it for probably 5 or 6 hours yesterday, so if you guys are interested in new music or what music we were listening to, you can find it there. But again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, subscribe if you really liked it, and enjoy these rotary clips. Take care, guys.
Hey yo, project card check. Fast, 400 on the dash, 55 bills, but 50 for the tax.
Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today, of course, another episode of Rotary Life. Now today, we are actually going to start tearing into the red car full force. Now, I never intended last video to actually start taking body panels off of the red car, but Steen, the demolition man, was here, and so he started taking some stuff off. I want to make it its whole own video of the complete teardown of Rose, but we did start it last video, and we're going to do a lot more this video. I don't want to say complete, but do a lot more. I'm going to show you guys a couple of things before we get into it that I mentioned the last video that I just want to clarify a little bit. But I'm looking at the car right now, the blue car. It looks so weird sitting there with like normal ride height because the engine's in it. It looks like a normal RX-7 now. It doesn't look all jacked up in the front. Yeah, let's get cracking. So first I'm going to show you some stuff that I mentioned last video. So last video I mentioned that the car fell off the jack. That's the dent. Not a big deal. Some of the undercoating came off, but besides that, no actual real damage. The second thing I wanted to show you guys is actually on the red car, if it'll focus. This is the damage. Look at that. It's completely separated. This is why we are getting rid of this shell, because it's just unsafe. I mean, straight up, plain out, all this cracking is just unsafe. I mean, look at that. Alright, so literally we're like 15 minutes into working today, and I've never seen the rust from the inside, and so I just cleaned out this bin right here. This is the passenger seat, the bin behind the passenger seat. I just took the passenger seat out, as you guys just saw, and to be honest, I'm a little shocked at what I found. I knew that the rust was bad, but I had never removed the contents of this bin, and I have to say I'm pretty happy that we're getting rid of this. This is not good. I mean, this is legitimately not good. So for all those of you who are like, oh, you should fix it, you should fix it. The rust goes a lot further than just the rear suspension. Unfortunately, it's a lot worse than I thought. And so I'm gonna show video here. It might be a little cringy, honestly, because I'm looking at it and it's not good. It's not good, like, at all. Alright, so that's all I have for you guys this video. Obviously just disassembling rows. Next episode should be part 3, and we'll that should be the final part. We still have to pull the trans, we still have to pull the rear diff / axle, and the dash hasn't come all the way out. It's the speedo cable is still connected to the cluster, so we have to pull that out of the trans, which means we have to jack it up, so we might as well do that all in one day, and then we'll get rid of the red car. Huge shock, huge shock with the rust. I mean, everyone I've showed, I cannot believe that car held together as long as it did. That was a sincerely dangerous car, and that's the reason I'm not selling it to someone. That's why I'm getting rid of the shell, and I'm not selling it. People are like, oh, you know, tube the rear end and all that stuff. If someone doesn't do it right, that car is almost unrecoverable, and I don't want that weighing on my conscience. I don't want some kid to buy it for $500, not fix it, and then if that kid wrecks or gets in a wreck or possibly even, you know, dies in a car crash because that car was unsafe, I don't want that on my conscience, and I don't want anyone to go through that. So that's that. I hope that sort of clears up why I'm getting rid of the red shell. People are like, oh, the suspension can be fixed. It's a lot deeper than the suspension. But hopefully next video should be getting completely done with the red shell, which will probably be the red shell's last episode, next episode, which is pretty sad. We got to get it moved out fast, though, because snow is approaching. And I don't know if you noticed, this video was filmed over a couple of days because the weather here has been absolutely horrible. I drove 3 hours in the pouring rain yesterday and feared for my life. So that's what's going on now. So hope you guys enjoyed this shorter video. Definitely check out my Patreon down below. Always behind the scenes and stuff like that. Updates before you guys see it here on YouTube. Spotify playlist that I've been listening to this whole time. You saw me with earphones. Spotify playlist down in the description below. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.
About to pass out, he raised him up. He said, I got a question for you. Somebody answered the question for me. He said, when you were underwater, what did you want to do? He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. I don't know how many of y'all got asthma in here today, but if you ever had an asthma attack before, you short of breath, you wheezing, the only thing you trying to do is get some air. You don't care about no basketball game. You don't care what's on TV. You don't care about nobody calling you. You don't care about a party. The only thing you care about when you're trying to breathe is to get some fresh air. That's it. And when you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And I'm here to tell you, number one, that most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it badder than you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success as much as you want to sleep. Some of you love sleep more than you love success. And I'm here to tell you today, if you're going to be successful, you've got to be willing to give up sleep. You got to be willing to work off for 3 hours of sleep, 2 hours. If you really want to be successful, some days you're going to have to stay up 3 days in a row. Because if you go to sleep, you might miss the opportunity to be successful. That's how bad you gotta want it. You gotta go days without, listen to me, you gotta want to be successful so bad that you forget to eat. I never forget when 50 Cent was doing his movie, I did a little research on 50, and 50 said that when he wasn't doing the movie, he was doing the soundtrack. And they said, when do you sleep, 50? Sleep, he said, sleep. Sleep is for those people who are broke. I don't sleep. But watch this, there was a commercial. Emmitt Smith had won his first Super Bowl, and he had this commercial when he was lifting weights. I don't know if you saw the commercial when he was lifting, and Emmitt said, you know what? I won the Super Bowl, so I can rest now. Yeah, he was doing his bench press. So he said, I won the Super Bowl, so I can rest now. So he throws up about 325, boom, and he rests for about 2 seconds. And he's boom, boom, boom. Did you see that? He'd already won a Super Bowl. He said, I think I'm gonna take a rest. And he rests for how long? 1 second. Most of you won't be successful because when you're studying and you get tired, you quit. And I'm here to tell you today, if you got somebody came in my office the other day crying. I said, look, don't cry to give up, cry to keep going. Don't cry to quit. You already in pain, you already hurt, get a reward from it. Don't go to sleep until you succeed. Listen to me, I'm here to tell you today that you can come here, you can jump up, you can do flips, you can be excited when we give away money, but listen to me, you'll never be successful until I don't have to give you a dime to do what you do. You won't be successful until you say, I don't need that money, because I got it in here. So listen to me, Emmitt Smith said this at the end of the commercial. Emmitt Smith said, all men are created equal, some work harder in preseason. I'm gonna say it again because you might have missed it. All men are created equal, some work harder in preseason. So that means that there are some people who are going to see the professor, going to see the TA, and even when the professor says, I don't meet with you, my TA meet with you, you say, I don't want to talk to your TA. I don't pay the TA. I pay you to teach me. So you're gonna have to find some time to meet me. If I gotta meet you at the mall, if I gotta meet you at your house, you are going to see me. Listen to me, all men are created equal, some work hard in preseason. When I went to college, guys were way smarter than me. 4.0s, 3.0s, they went to the Ivy League high schools, came to Oakwood from these great high schools. Most of them are not doing what I'm doing. Why? Because it's not about where you come from. It's about heart. You come to a place where, being smart ain't enough. You gotta have heart. That's number one. Watch number two. Number two, catch number two. I wrote it down. I want to make sure you got it. It says, watch this. We're talking about sacrifice now. The important thing is this. You're right while I'm saying it, because I only have about 3 more minutes. Listen to me. The most important thing is this. To be able at any moment to sacrifice what you are for what you will become.
So if you kind of want to see where the sausage is made.
Tour of the shooting cars household. Gotta have a ticket.
So we do have our glass section over here.
Do you have the one with the stickers?
That's upstairs on the table.
Probably don't want to rest those right on top of each other. Maybe get a blanket or something?
That'll be fine, right? Yeah. So we got our hood up over here. We got our front bumper, valence, vents. We got our miniatures. We got our Countach. We got our
Adam.
We got our beautiful repair manual. Pradle, that's me. Yeah. This is El Cribo de Zacco.
This
is my hood that I'm going to chop up. Or do some vents.
Oh, nice.
Painted black.
V-mount, bro.
Make it a track day hood.
Didn't you sell the nose cone? The front valance, the front
Yeah,
part?
he hasn't come to pick it up yet.
Car's officially stripped though.
I know. It's crazy.
It actually wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be.
Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach. Oh, can't turn that way. And today I'm making a video just saying some cool news that I've been wanting to make a video about, and I'll explain why in a second, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I bought a car. I bought a new car, but I have a new car that will become my daily once I get it registered. That's why I've been waiting to make this video, but I literally can't hold my excitement. So I don't know if you can really turn this around, but oh, there it is. 1985 Mazda RX-7 GSL. So this is the car. It's a 1985.
There goes a sight from my soul.